You're watching Talonted Productions.
You're watching Connect Tour.
You notice that too with all movies now. They are catering to America, China, and Russia mainly, that I see. Now, I mean, I'm sure there are cuts in every language, but when you look, the characters, there's always that one Chinese person
Right.
that serves that role now. And
The token China guy. Like, I mean,
I can't believe we live in the world where we're gonna see that. Like, it just.
I said, like, my whole life has been building to this moment. Like, I was some omnipotent being living out in the universe somewhere, and I heard that they were gonna make Infinity War, so I incarnated just so that I could sit in the movie theater and watch it.
All right. I'm gonna just say I grew up a comic book nerd. I grew up at a time when it wasn't that cool to be a Star Wars fan, but I was. Big time. And like, it's mainstream now. Like, something that we've been saying forever is awesome is now mainstream.
If our parents had bought stocks in what we were interested in, or what I was interested in specifically,
Well, dude, if they'd have bought stock in Marvel in like the early 90s when they were about to go bankrupt,
we'd be
like, just
super rich.
They were this close to being gone.
my introduction to comic books was not comic books. My introduction to comic book was the 1992 X-Men series, the Batman originally, like the 1966 Batman. It was on in syndication. I watched it, but I wasn't like a comic book fan. I was just like, I like Batman.
What
And that
about
was
the
my idea of
animated Batman
But then you had the
series? When we
animated
got home
Batman
from
series,
school,
and Spider-Man had a series, and that's where you fall in love with these
that
characters.
was Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, and then you evolve into comic book fans. But I mean, like, dude, 88, 89, Batman, like, it changed everything. Like, it's the best movie of the decade. It was incredible. Like, and now we look at it and we're like, yeah, well, it was great then, and it got us into the characters. But like, I didn't get into the books until probably 93 area.
Dan Hayes' words of wisdom. Don't try and catch up. There was no reason to kill Superman. In the first movie, you put everybody together. There's no reason for his death. It doesn't really make sense. Now, I haven't seen what you're doing next, but if Zack Snyder has anything to do with it, ain't gonna be good. So, I don't know, this is probably not gonna air until afterwards, but latest scoop is things ain't great with Wonder Woman, so I don't know what that's about, but I did hear Zack Snyder has something to do with it, possibly. So, I don't know. I don't really care that much about DC, but I love Batman, and I love Ben Affleck playing Batman. So I'm really excited for that. I thought he was great in the first one. We'll see what happens in Justice League. Already you're kind of taking a weird turn by Batman collecting the group. It's usually Batman is the last one to sign on because he's crotchety and never don't like friends. But, so we'll see. Just take your time and make good movies. That's all you have to do. Iron Man 1 started out very small and simple. You can do that and then build from there.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Usual Suspects. Great movie. Good movie with a great ending.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. That was like one of the only ones.
I've had this argument before, and
Yeah.
I don't even know where I am on it. Because, like, the ending, if you take that ending off and make it
The
not
fact that he is in the room the
The
entire
whole
time
time.
telling them the story clinches it for me. And makes it a good movie.
Right.
Because it releases you from tense moments at
It's
times.
so good.
It is.
I love it.
I wonder, how could it be that it's that same guy making X-Men movies? Like,
He's overthinking it now.
you think?
Yeah, that's a simple movie. Like, think about it. That movie is very simple. It's incredible, but there's nothing complicated.
And what happened to him where it became too much? Like, rather than tweaking,
He made The Usual Suspects, and people lined up to blow him.
Oh,
I don't think people love Bryan Singer now.
People won't love you for doing terrible shit unless you make
Has he
something
made a
great.
decent movie?
I don't know. All he's been doing is X-Men movies. So, and then before
Superman.
that, he ruined Superman. He ruined it. They had to reboot the franchise afterwards. How is he still working?
Dan Hayes' words of wisdom. In life, you're going to come across people that do not like you the way you are. What I say is, if you like yourself, why change?
You know, I want to talk about it with each one of you guys and just like get your take on it. But having worked in the corporate AV business for years now, and having been on many different kinds of gigs, from swank to blackout to rhino or whatever, corporate AV is like where dreams go to die. Like everybody there was either in a band or like had dreams of, you know, this or that, or they were a roadie on somebody big's thing, but now somehow they got stuck in the trap.
Right. You can say it's a trap, or you can say it's, you know, it's
Stability.
stability, or just the next
And that,
evolution.
if you call
like
that
if you,
stability,
yeah, but I mean, you got people that can make a good living, and you're a corporate roadie. The cameraman John Anderson, who they talked to him, they saw him on a gig, they asked him about if he wanted to work for him, and you know, they had a discussion. He said, "Well, at this place in my life, I'm not good for you, but I have some people that might want to," and passed out the number of, I mean, AC, Shane, Anthony, Cassidy, John Bird. There was a lot of us, Christina Solera, myself. There was a lot of us in that film class that kind of went into that world, just kind of looking to get some money on the side so we could keep working on indie projects that we did for years.
Trapped. You're stuck in like a...
No, we became old and we got married, had kids, and
You're not even old though.